Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at this movement. It's the movement of reaching over your head and behind, grabbing the ankle so that we can pull into a dancer's pose or a needle scale. This can be a pretty challenging movement for a lot of people to navigate. It's kind of tricky with the wrists. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here that I really didn't think that we needed to spend a lot of time on. If you want to pause the video and get the basics, really, you got to warm up your hips, you got to warm up your shoulders, and here we are. So we're ready, our shoulders are warm, we've done a full split, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. What do I do with my elbow? I don't know how to get it around. It's impossible. I don't know how that's going to work. So there's a few things going on here. Most people tend to think that they're jammed at the shoulder. That's really only one element here. There's a lot of things that work. Firstly, your grip. Don't reach on the inside of the leg. You're reaching your wrist to the outside of the leg and placing your palm on the top of the foot. Your thumb is towards the inside of your ankle, and we're gonna pull from there. Let's take a closer look at this. So there's the top of my foot and the bottom of my foot, the bottom of my hand. The thumb is on the inside of the arch, and I'm reaching my fingers around near the big toe. It generally feels a little bit wristy at first. You might have to warm up your wrists and gain a little bit more flexibility. The more you do this movement, the easier it becomes. And that's what's going to give you the mobility to rotate the elbow upward. So, other things that happen when we're stuck here. I'm leaning forward quite a bit here, and my foot is pretty far from my shoulder. I want you to think about your collarbones. If my collarbones are pointing forward, it's going to be a lot harder for me to reach backward. So I'm going to start thinking about lifting my collarbones upward and backward. I'm going to squeeze between my shoulder blades, pulling my shoulder blades together, and that's what's going to help me have that mobility in my shoulder to turn the elbow upward. If you are still having trouble with this rotation, we have some props. You can grab a yoga strap or even a belt. That works too. We're going to get it around the foot or the ankle and hold it over the head. So what this is going to do is this is going to be less tension on the shoulder. So you're going to have more space to move through. It's going to be less stressful on the joint as your muscles learn to make space for this movement. As you progress, as you practice this movement, you can think about inching your hand closer to your foot, closer down the line of the yoga strap, and then just practicing progressively a little bit closer and a little bit closer. This shape here with the knee bent is a little bit more of a dancer's pose. So as you progress, you will probably be wanting to extend that back leg straight for something more of a needle scale or full standing split. So again, using our yoga strap, we can practice that reach. You're going to want to start stretching your triceps a lot more. As I'm going through this movement, I want you to just take note of my collarbones. Notice my collarbones are going in the direction that I want my arm to go. Always remembering, if your collarbones are pointing away from your leg, you're going to have a lot harder time getting towards your leg. Think about the collarbones as leading you. Also notice how much of my hip is involved. My right hip, that's the leg that's extending, is really pointing forward. I'm really getting a lot of mobility through that hip. And that's why those hip stretches are so important. And I have tons of fantastic hip stretches for you, so keep your eyes peeled. And here is our final product. Reaching back, remember to use the shoulder to reach, use the collarbones, and pulling through your leg. As mentioned, there's a lot of elements at play here. The hip flexors, the quads, the shoulders, the back as well. I did do some bridges to get warmed up for this. Side body stretches too. So the whole shebang. So that's our video for today. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you again soon.
These tutorials do not replace or negate professional individualized instruction and are for entertainment purposes only. Always consult your doctor before beginning a new exercise regimen. Okay, thanks, bye!